Okonkwo is a wealthy and respected warrior of the Imofia clan, a lower Nigerian tribe that is part of the consortium of 9 connected villages. He is haunted by the actions of Onoka, his cowardly and spendthrift father, who died in disrepute, leaving many village debts unsettled. In response, Okonkwo became a clansman, a warrior, a farmer, and a family provider extraordinaire. He has a 12 years old son named Nwoye, whom he finds lazy. Okonkwo worries that Nwoye will end up a failure like Onoka. One day, the tribe receives a 15-year-old boy named Ikemefuna. Okonkwo takes charge of the boy and finds an ideal son in him, and Ikemefuna becomes grateful for this privilege. Ikemefuna begins to call him father, but Okonkwo maintains a professional relationship without affection. During the week of peace, Okonkwo severely beats his youngest wife, Ojingo, for negligence, breaking the sacred peace tradition. He makes sacrifices to show his repentance, but the damage to his reputation is irreparable. Ikemefuna stays with Okonkwo's family for 3 years, and Nwoye looks up to him as an older brother, developing a more masculine attitude that pleases Okonkwo. One day, the locust flowers come to Imofia, something that only happens every other generation. The village excitedly collects them because they are good to eat when cooked. Ogbuefi Iziodo, a respected village elder, informs Okonkwo in private that the oracle has said that Ikemefuna must be killed, but Okonkwo should not be involved because of their close relationship. Okonkwo returns home and tells Ikemefuna that he will return to his own village. As he begins walking through the village, several men attack and Ikemefuna runs to Okonkwo for help. Okonkwo, not wanting to look weak in front of his tribe, kills Ikemefuna as he runs towards him. Okonkwo returns home and Nwoye realizes that his friend is dead and begins to cry. Okonkwo sinks into depression. As he begins to come out to his depression, his daughter becomes ill, but she recovers after Okonkwo gathers leaves for medicine. Okonkwo heard about Ogbuefi's death by the sound of an ekwe, a musical instrument played in the village. Okonkwo feels guilty because Ogbuefi told him not to partake in Ikemefuna's death. At Ogbuefi's large and elaborate funeral, the men beat drums and fire their guns. Tragedy happens when Okonkwo's gun explodes and kills Ogbuefi's 16-year-old son. Okonkwo's family is sentenced 7 years of exile for committing a crime against the earth goddess. He gathers his most valuable belongings and takes his family to his mother's natal village, Mbanta. He and his family were received warmly by his uncle and his family. They helped him build new huts and started a yam farm. Okonkwo's friend Oberika sells Okonkwo's yams in the village and brings the cowries used as currency back to him. Okonkwo also knew that another village has been destroyed by the white men. Soon afterward, 6 missionaries traveled to Mbanta. Through an interpreter named Mr. Kiyaga, the missionaries' leader, Mr. Brown, speaks to the villagers. He tells them that their gods are false and there is only one true God. But the villagers do not understand how the Holy Trinity can be accepted as one God. Mr. Brown grows ill and is soon replaced by Reverend James Smith. Reverend Smith does not restrict his followers the way Mr. Brown had. In response, Enoch unmasked an Egwegwu during an annual ceremony, an act like killing a spirit. Next day, The Iguago burned Enoch's compound and Reverend Smith's church to the ground. The district commissioner is upset by the burning of the church and requests that the leaders of Omofia meet with him. Once they are gathered, however, the leaders are handcuffed and thrown to jail, where they suffer insults and physical abuse. Eventually, the prisoners are released and the 5 court messengers meet with the clansman. Expecting his fellow clan members to join him in uprising, Okonkwo kills their leader with his machete. When the crowd allows the other messengers to escape, Okonkwo realizes that his clan is not willing to go to war. When the commissioner arrives at Okonkwo's compound, he finds out that Okonkwo has hanged himself. He told them that suicide is a grave sin and orders nobody to touch his body. The commissioner, who is writing a book about Africa, believes that Okonkwo's rebellion and death will make for an interesting story. He then states that this story will make a great book titled The Pacification of the Primitive Tribes.